last Tangle in Tampa, you take on Bob Backlund for the WWF title. You can check the Bob Backlund episode for more on that. But you said that basically you were scouted by the WWF, and then you went to the WWF straight afterwards. I looked it up, and there's quite a gap between you leaving Florida in 1980 and you resurfacing. There's basically 4 months of nothing.
No, I was probably in, most likely I came back here to Hawaii. I was working with Leah Maivia. Or Peter Maivia was a promoter. I think Peter was going into, was just coming up with the cancer. It was just starting. And I had Peter's last match in Samoa.
Really?
And no, I was back. I was going to Japan. That was in between. I was going to Japan, but Peter was still booking. But I was back here, working for Peter. Probably that 4 month break, because I'd always come back to Hawaii and stay here. And I don't know how large their the matches and results and stuff went out. So that's probably why I wasn't heard from. Maybe a Japan tour in the midst of that as well. I don't know.
You made one more appearance in 1981 for about a month in Florida, and one of the people you wrestled was Jerry Lawler. I just wanted to sort of make a mention of that, which is just one of those weird dream matches that I don't think anybody would have ever realised, or most people don't realise that actually happened.
I wrestled Lawler a lot when I was around Atlanta.
Oh, really?
They were talking about Robert Gibson. I used to Ricky Gibson, not Robert. Robert's Ricky Gibson. Him and I were tight. We were buddies. We used to hang. He's one of those guys like Terry Gordy or Billy Howard or some of those other guys. Started working as like 15, 16 years old. The Carnies and stuff. Hell of a worker, could do anything. Was a good guy. He got sick later, but yeah, that was when I was hanging on with that last Florida trip was the guy that hit by a car and got killed in Tampa. Eric the Red. Eric the Red. That's who it was. I never met the man, but he'd been in Tampa, and he was going great guns over there. And I was working for Peter and Leah, not doing anything. And he'd gotten hit by a car and killed, and they were stuck. And I left, and they were stuck without a heel. So they called me to come in and to finish up a couple months or a month or so before I started in New York, up in Florida. There, I immediately grabbed the Florida Championship title for some reason. I don't know why. Because they wanted Grand Apollo was a kid they were pushing at the time there, I think. And they wanted, so I got that and I came in. It was just a 4 or 5 week stint in Florida that I came in. And if I wrestled with Lawler there, it'd probably good. But I know I wrestled Lawler quite a few times in Atlanta, out of the Atlanta territory. I liked working with Jerry. He was easy. He's easy work, good worker. He's a little small, but he's in Tennessee and he has his own territory because he could be as big as he wanted to be. But he was a good worker. I enjoy. I never got involved in the business end with him or anything. In fact, they lived. I think it was his first wife. We lived in the same. Angelo Mosca used to call it Kayfabe Arms. There was a small apartment building near the airport in was it Hapesville, Georgia. One of those little satellite towns, right, basically Atlanta, and it was right by and we all lived. He and his wife. I guess he had a home in Tennessee, but he brought his family, and his family was young. The kid that wrestled, I think, he had a son that wrestled for a while.
Yeah, Brian Christopher.
The kid was
Brian Christopher.
Yeah, that's right. So they were there, and his wife, and he brought him all. He was living there in the same. He was a good worker, good guy. I luckily I had never had to do business with him in Tennessee or WWE or anything like that. So, All I know is the good part.
Well, you like to surf and you like to get paid, so I imagine Memphis wasn't the place for you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, all the stories in those times about Tennessee and stuff, they're all horror stories. That one territory, that one area, I think the Fullers were running was a small area. Never had a over 100-mile trip. Alabama, Tennessee, some area there. We was split in there. I guess the guys were doing like 800 to sometimes 1,000 a week, and home every night. Close. So that was a good trip there. But I never. That was just a quick thing.